I've had a lot of fun attending car shows over the years. Beating the crowds by getting there early has always been key in getting uncluttered shots of the participating cars. As the day goes on and the sun travels overhead, I can photograph the same cars but with different lighting. It's fun to see the spectators roll in and fill the venue for another perspective that helps round out my coverage of the show. In 2014, I went back to my old hometown in Southwest Florida for the annual Cars on Fifth show, and it's always a great time getting to enjoy the local scenery. I brought my bike for a ride around town, and I made my way to the fishing pier to catch up with old friends and watch a spectacular sunset. I have one friend there that I've known since we were kids. We did all the beach stuff like fishing and surfing back then, but as soon as Ron got old enough to drive, his love for cars began, and it turned out to be his lifelong passion. He started with muscle cars, but when the opportunity to buy this Ferrari 512 Boxer came along, he went all in and purchased it from a pro basketball player. We wanted to get some pictures of it with this Lamborghini Countach that another friend's dad owned, so they drove to a spot where they wouldn't cause too much of a commotion while I pulled the girl off the beach to pose with the cars. This was around 1988, and it was my first time photographing any exotic car of any kind, and there I was with the legendary Ferrari and the iconic Lamborghini Countach. The girl wasn't too bad either. Over the years, Ron's car collection grew as he bought, restored, kept or sold more cars. When I found another willing model, Ron was more than happy to let us use a car from his collection in the photo shoot, and this time I chose his flown '57 Chevy. Fast forward to the 2013 Cars on Fifth car show, and I'm standing where the cars enter to be directed to their parking spots because it's a great angle to get really nice pictures of the cars driving in. And along comes Ron in a Ferrari F40. This F40 was previously owned by another pro sports player and was shown briefly in the movie Gone in 60 Seconds in this scene.
My name's Roger. Sir, may I be of some help?
That's funny. My name's Roger. Two Rogers don't make a right. Roger, I have a problem.
Yes.
I've been in LA for 3 months now. I have money, I have taste. But I'm not on anybody's A-list, and Saturday night is the loneliest night of the week for me.
Well, a Ferrari would certainly change that.
Perhaps. But you know, this is the one, yes. Yes, I saw 3 of these parked outside the local Starbucks this morning, which tells me only one thing. There's too many self-indulgent wieners in this city with too much bloody money. Now, if I was driving a 1967 275 GTB4 Cam,
You would not be a self-indulgent wiener, sir. You would be a connoisseur.
precisely. Champagne would fall from the heavens, doors would open, velvet ropes would part.
I don't have one here. However, I do have one in the warehouse.
Superb. What else do you have in the warehouse?
Ron had really stepped up to add this Ferrari F40 to his car collection that consisted mostly of his muscle cars and that Ferrari 512 Boxer. He had a red Countach for a while, but sold it to make room for something else. When I returned in 2014 for the annual car show, I asked Ron if he would be showing the F40 again, and when he said yes, I tried to find out from him when and where he would be driving to reach the entrance of the show, so I could position myself to get a few nice panning shots as he drove by. I wanted to capture the F40 in motion. He asked if I'd like to mount my GoPro Hero 3 camera inside the F40 so we could record him driving to the show. I would have been super happy with just the pictures, but this was next level stuff, so I took his generous offer and he had me come over the day before the show so we could mount the camera somewhere inside the F40. Before we got started on that, Ron showed me the many projects he currently had going in the back.
Rumble in the jungle.
Neighbors love you.
They're pretty cool. You gotta check the engine light. You don't look like she used to.
It wasn't black either, was it? Or was it?
Yep. She was black. I painted it for him like in 82, I think. Put the flares on and painted it in 82. 83.
Man,
Look cool.
very nice. Have you brought that to the show before?
I took it to one they had up at Germain Arena a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't had it to the Ferrari show yet, so
Oh man, look at that.
this is gonna be it. Her debut in Naples.
He works hard on all the cars with an acute attention to detail and a level of expertise that really shows as he brings them back to their original condition. It's a good thing to save these cars from the junkyard so they can be continued to be enjoyed, and I admired Ron for being able to make that happen, but more for him getting to live his lifelong passion, and believe me when I say he worked very hard for all that he has, and I can't think of anyone more deserving. After pulling out the F40 so it would be easier to access, I mounted the GoPro to the roll bar for an over-the-shoulder view, and then I had to give Ron a crash course on how to turn the camera on and start recording, because I'd already be at the car show the next morning, so he'd have to operate the camera on his own. I'll add the GoPro Hero 3 had pretty confusing controls back then, and Ron did it perfectly after only being shown how to do it one time. That was pretty amazing.
There, now take a look. If you hold it too long, it'll change the menu. So
Okay. Did I do
see,
that?
it's blinking. No, it's good,
So it's live.
and it's live. And it's taking pictures of our faces. Oh no!
We get a full action shot.
What's her name?
Lila.
Lila, what do you think about muscle cars and Ferraris?
Smile, little girl.
Okay, now you press the button.
I didn't get the pictures of Ron driving into the show like I wanted, but I wasn't going to complain because I was super happy to record some video from inside the car as he drove in. At the end of the show, all the cars drive off in one long line, and we still had the GoPro mounted and recording inside for the drive off. Ron's son is driving the F40 this time, as Ron took the wheel of his black Pantera he had shown me at the house the night before. I wanted to meet up with him back at his house to retrieve my GoPro after the show, but he said it would be better if I came over the following morning, and that's what I did.
Car coming. Car coming.
Go, Billy.
Take a couple of pictures there. Thanks very much, guys. We need the Kodak moment here. Hold on, we got to get a Kodak moment. Oh, you sure get the girls in there. Absolutely. There you go. I can't go wrong there. Oh, yeah, come on up, guys. Go ahead, get behind on that side. Go ahead.
Okay, that's cool.
We only have 7 trophies, so we can take a couple of minutes here because these cars are the best of the best, as you can see from the trophies.
The car or the girl?
The answer is yes to both of those, the car and the girls, yes. Okay, here we go. We've got our magic bag here. This again, we thank you so much. Yeah, folks, if you could, please again, make a little lane here. This is a wide car. Let them get through. That fin would hurt when it takes you with it, trust me.
The next morning, I arrived at his house ready to pull my GoPro out of the F40, and Ron had already done that. He then told me to grab my gear because he was going to take me for a ride in the car over to his friend's house that had an amazing Ferrari collection he wanted to show me. So there I was on a crisp, cool Sunday morning, about to go for a ride in what most, if not all, Ferrari fans consider to be the coolest Ferrari ever made, the F40. That is, if I could fit my 6'6", 230-pound body in the seat. The passenger side does not adjust, so I had to make myself fit the best I could without doing any damage to the interior. It certainly was a challenge, but there was no way I wasn't going to make it work.
Okay.
And off we went.
That was the only reason I didn't take that out. This might be worth filming right here. I'm gonna film you getting in. How tall are you? Like 6'6", 6'5"? 6'7". If you can get, yeah. No, might have to almost come. Well, and I guess you're up. Just try it out, whatever. How to put a big man in a Ferrari. Could have brought the Boxer. Boxer's got much more room. Oh, he's coming, he's coming. He's gonna do it. Like a sardine can. You got it down. Good thing we're not too much older yet. Woo! There you go.
Grab this?
That's the handle. You just grab underneath the lip there, or got the lip on that side, just pull it shut.
Like that?
Yeah, you gotta kind of slam it a little bit. There you go, you did it good.
Oh man.
You did it good.
Yeah.
Because the door's so light, you gotta keep some pressure on it, and then some people slam it too hard. Alright. Wait till you see this place, man. It's so cool. Like car heaven, baby. Definitely Ferrari car heaven.
There's quite a few cars on your street. I saw about a 70 Nova pass me.
I was just working on it, yeah.
Was it 70 Nova?
Yeah. Well, we got a lot of guys in the hood, like Mike McDonald's over here. He's got about 4 cars. 57 Chevy, 67 Chevelle, that 70 Camaro orange one that I just got done with. And this guy down right here has got 70 Chevelle, 69 Chevelle, 73 Z28. And Rob lives here. That he's going to come over and meet us in a minute. He's got a 55 Nomad, 67 Chevy too, and a Corvette.
Yeah, he had that Nomad in the show, right?
Yeah,
that's it.
he lives here. So he was having brunch.
I still don't believe you get over the speed bumps.
Yeah, you got it.
How did you test it the first time? Did you have somebody get out and look for clearance and everything?
Yeah. It sucks too. They came in this road up here, these people on the road, put them in all by themselves. Then they had a meeting and wanted to put speed bumps down this road. And so everybody got together in the neighborhood and we all voted no on that and to take these speed bumps out. And then so they never had any more meetings after that. Kind of like being in a freaking mobile home park.
They're crazy speed bumps though.
It's terrible.
No. Does it have a skid plate under the nose?
It's actually got little wheels. And I thought all the F40s came with them, but I started looking at other ones. And the guy that must have had this car before put them wheels on there. Because he did give me a broken spoiler with it when I bought it. And,
it does sound like wheels. Little skateboard
yeah,
wheels.
it kind of saves it.
How come this is a US F40 but you have a European nose on it? How'd that work out?
I don't know why. I think that fella in Ohio that I bought it from put that on there. I personally like it better.
Yeah, a lot
compared to
better.
the US.
Nobody likes that big rubber
Yeah.
strip there.
It just doesn't go with anything. I agree.
Glad you got 2 hands on the wheel. Your son was letting it ride on the side there.
Oh, was he?
Yeah. I don't think he had it on the shifter. I think he just had it to his side.
It's kind of right.
Yeah, like that. That just made my year right there.
That's about half the problem.
Now I understand when they talk about the turbos and everything. Yeah, I can feel it. Wow.
F50, but then what we could do is you could put the GTO, start with the GTO to the F40 to the F50 to the Enzo. There you go. See you in about 5. Are you there yet? Okay. All right, we'll see you there. Bye. He's on his way.
What kind of gas you put in here? I smell a little bit of.
I buy it's Sunoco unleaded, like Cam 2, but it's unleaded.
Here's what I was seeing last night lit up. I mean, and the first thing, these two light up.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I used to use regular Cam 2 in it after that ethanol stuff. It eats up the rubbers in the gas tank. It just turns there's these rubber things that hold the fuel pump in the fuel assembly, and it turns them to goo. And, so after I replace those, I start using special gas. I don't use any pump gas anymore. Brakes on these things, and they all make so much noise.
They all do it at the track too.
Do they do?
They
Yeah.
all come in at the stock cars, the
So annoying.
Yikes!
Not a lot of clearance.
Blame it on my camera gear.
There you go. You might be right. Sure, it's a beautiful day. Ferrari prancing horse right above each garage door. Awesome. All of his architecture of this house is incredible.
It's all Ferrari, no Camaros.
No Camaros. No. I think he grew up in Arkansas, and he told Bob, he didn't tell me this. He said he was like 9 or 10. He was standing out on the main road early in the morning one time, and a guy come driving by in a Ferrari, kind of getting on it. He said he's had the bug ever since.
That's it?
Yeah.
That sold him, huh?
Set that bug. Hit the waste key. Hear the pop-off valve pop there.
Actually kind of a little bit scary. I mean, just the power. That was even way more than you had before.
Yeah. We did about half throttle before. Hello.
So how easy would it be to get the rear end to break loose? I mean, you can't just. You got to keep it pointed straight. And
This car, you can't just give it full throttle on one shot. It'll just burn the tires. And usually you'll get sideways, or you'll spin around, or it's not going to be good. But you kind of learn from driving powerful cars.
Right.
You just don't.
Yeah. I could see how an inexperienced driver could get away from you really fast.
Pop-off valve. That's from giving it too quick. I was gone a little too fast. If we would have been going a little slower, and if I squeezed it a little slower, I mean, I'm talking very little, they wouldn't have hit that. So it's, that's what it's for, because it builds up so much boost. His cars, he has, and it's got automatic hydraulic lift on his. He can raise setup, but it's something you have to buy from Ferrari.
Yeah, I was at the car show and they were loading them back up on the trailers, and they were lifting. They lifted the Enzo and the F40. So when it comes driving at me, it looks like it's got a lift kit in it. You know, I'm going, man, that's not sitting low.
Like the Indy cars at the track, they take the big tires off, put them bicycle wheels. You ever see that? And they're
For pushing around.
Yeah, moving around the pits.
All right, let's get out and see what they got. We gotta get out.
I'll hold
Yeah, back up by that hedge. What's the best way to, what can I grab?
Yeah, this is all solid right here. So you can just, if you kind of push yourself onto that and just
Okay, back
kind of reverse yourself out. This is pretty good.
What am I doing?
You're doing good. Just marvelous for a big feller.
Put 7 in the F40. We did it. Ron took me for a ride.
There you go, brother.
Man.
Straighten this up.
You gonna let it breathe a little?
Yeah, let that air so that wet sand doesn't get any. But see above all the doors, he's got that in that stone or cast stone maybe. Is that cool?
Wow. And you're telling me there's a Ferrari behind every door?
Absolutely.
I
$1
can't,
million or more Ferrari behind every door.
I can't wait to see him.
Can you hang on 1 second? I'll be right back. Hello there.
We pulled up to the house with the Ferrari collection and parked. The car was exhilarating and I was blown away by the ride, and super grateful Ron gave me that experience. It was one of the coolest things I've ever done, and if my day ended right then, I would have been completely satisfied. But it didn't, as Ron was just getting started with the surprises. The caretaker of the collection brought me inside for a private tour. He asked that I didn't take any pictures or video of the inside of the garage to respect the privacy of the owner, so I didn't. I can tell you that the cars in the collection included all 4 Ferrari supercars at that time: the 288 GTO, the F40, the F50, and the Enzo. There was also a 275 GTB, a 512 Boxer, and what looked to be a 1960 250 Testarossa. The entire collection was surrounded with beautiful artwork, display engines, and other Ferrari artifacts. There was an adjacent room with a huge die-cast collection and all things related to the cars like manuals, documentation, and luggage. The whole presentation was jaw-dropping, and best of all, the back side of the garage opened up so the owner could enjoy the view of his collection while floating in his pool. I've seen a collection or two in my days, and this was like nothing else. It was automotive art mixed with architectural design. It was perfect. I stood in the corner looking at all that in front of me, and it almost brought a tear to my eye. Then they asked me to pick any car out of the collection that I would like to photograph, and he would pull it out, and together with Ron's F40 they would drive back and forth on the street a few times so I could get a few of those panning shots I originally wanted of Ron's F40. So it was my choice of any car in the garage, which says a lot about the caretaker having every car ready to go on the road. The only car I hadn't seen and photographed before was a 250 Testarossa, and it looked amazing. So that's the one I picked.
Oh, they roasted it up and just got normal? Yes. A lot of that salty sand stuff in the frame.
Angle it just a little bit back to Ronnie's car. That's good right there, that's good.
No, really, it's just a little evolved, yeah, this little slight change.
Same silhouette, basically.
Have you a condom, young man?
He parked it out in the driveway so I could take a few pictures and check it out in the sunlight.
Isn't that something? Like a work of art. What happens if I hit that front button?
Then Ron got in his F40, and the two hit the road out front and made several passes while I took the pictures I had been dreaming of.
Got some torque. Got some torque, man, don't it?
That was $3,000.
Alright, so we're coming back together.
I got all that I could ever imagine and told the guys they had done more than enough, so let's get some lunch. I contorted back into the F40, and we went to one of their favorite little lunch spots in a shopping center.
You get better at it as you go.
I just don't want to like push on something that's gonna.
Been there too. Get out. Hey, hold it right there, beaver guy.
Did you clear it?
Barely. Come on, man. Marshall Fokker. Talk about unfolding someone in there.
Holy shit.
I took out the radar detector.
We gotta unfold them.
How tall are you? 6'5"?
6'7".
It's a it's a challenge for him.
What can I grab here?
You can grab the body.
You can
there.
grab my hand.
A little bit. There you go.
Just hold me so I can.
Hold me.
Like that.
Hold me, baby. Just hold me.
Wait.
There you go.
Gotta turn off the GoPro. Ron, I knocked the radar
I saw
detector.
that.
Ron parked the F40 between the Toyotas and pickup trucks, and we went inside. The caretaker's wife met us for lunch and afterwards asked if she could ride in the F40. Ron said it was my ride today, but I was so grateful for the ride I had and didn't want to deny someone the chance for the same experience, so I gave her my seat and rode in the sedan. I pulled my camera back out and got some shots of the F40 driving alongside of us, and that made giving up my seat more worthwhile.
You go in there all the time because of these people.
Can we turn the radio off and my window down?
Sure.
While this story appears to be about my ride in a Ferrari F40, I wanted it to show just how kind and generous a man Ron is. While many collectors keep their cars tucked away out of sight, Ron has built his from humble beginnings, doing most of the work himself, and shows, drives, and shares them with others. I will forever be grateful for the experience he has given me. A few years later, the amazing car collection we had visited had been broken up with many of the cars sold off. Ron struck a deal on the 250 Testarossa and brought it home to stay in his collection. Back when I first took pictures of it, I didn't know that it was actually a recreation built by Jim Rose, but that's just a dollar number. It looked incredible to me, and Ron was super happy to add it to his collection where he can enjoy those 12 cylinders pulling that 1960 style on a crisp, cool Sunday morning. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this story from one photographer's life.